Hey guys, welcome back. So RavenQuest has a pretty customizable interface that you can change and edit to suit your preferences. So in this video, we'll run through some of the tips and tricks that you need to know for a much easier time. Let's get straight into it. So the first thing to know is you can actually move around the different elements in the user interface. You can change the locations of the skill bars, health bars, minimap, and basically anything that you see on the screen to make it more comfortable for you when you're playing. So to do this, pull up the options menu, then go to settings, and then Windows, and enable the edit UI option. You'll notice white box lines appearing on all the different elements on your screen. So now you can drag them to where you are more comfortable with. So feel free to play around with this and customize the screen to however way you want it to be. This tip helped me a lot because I usually like to have my health and mana bars located right on top of my skill bars. I also clustered the status effects bars right on top so I can see everything in a quick glance. Once you're done editing, head back to settings and switch the edit UI button off and you are good to go back to adventuring. Next would be additional skill slots. This would be very helpful especially when you start hitting the higher levels and have more skills that you need to slot. So by default, the game sets a number of skill slots to 2. You can change it by pulling up the options menu, then settings, then Windows, and then using the drop-down list next to the extra action bars option. There's a maximum limit of 7 action bars, but that should be more than enough for you to slot everything that you need. Remember, you can always edit the interface again once you have selected more skill slots, so move them around until you find a position that is comfortable for yourself. So the next one is more helpful for ranged characters, but I would also recommend it for melee characters. This would be to change the targeting range to the maximum of 10 tiles. By default, the game sets the range at 5 tiles, which can be quite limiting if you're trying to pull a mob away from a group, but end up aggroing the entire group instead. You can change this by opening the options menu, and then settings, then game, and using the drop-down list next to the targeting detect range option. So just change it to 10 tiles and you're set. Now, you can target the correct mob before jumping into combat, and ranged characters can easily pull a mob away from a group. Next will be how to sell all the junk you collect from mobs when you defeat them. As you keep playing, you'll notice that your inventory fills up pretty quickly, and you're gonna run out of space fast if you don't sell your junk away. You can do so at NPCs labeled as collector on the map. There's one right in the north of RavenQuest near the slums. When you're selling your stuff, don't forget to use the drop-down menu at the bottom to switch between the different qualities. By default, it will only show one quality category and you will need to switch between them to sell all of your junk. So this tip should save you a lot of inventory space and also net you some nice silver along the way. Last but not least, a simple trick for those who always get the annoying pop-up whenever you're moving item stacks. If you want to move the entire stack, just hold the control button on your keyboard while you're dragging the stack. The game will move the entire stack without the pop-up screen coming out. Also, another tip in case you haven't figured it out. To summon your wagon, just hold Control on your keyboard and click on yourself. It will bring up the option menu for your character. From there, select Create Wagon and you will have summoned your wagon. To unsummon, do the same thing by clicking on your characters while holding the Control key to bring up the menu. And there you have it, some quick quality of life tips and tricks to make your gaming experience in RavenQuest that much more comfortable. Do let me know in the comments if you have other tips that you can share. I'm sure there's a lot more out there that I'm not aware of. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.